My name is Joy Angevin Balmer, and I'm a life force energy healer. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada, and I have been working with Guruji Mahendra Trivedi for over 8 years. I met Guruji about 8 years ago. I was living in Fairfield, Iowa at the time, and Guruji came to Fairfield, Iowa. And of course, everybody went, a lot of people went, but I was not one of those first people because I was feeling like I don't need to listen to another healer. And sometimes this happens to people, you know, they're just fed up with the kinds of things you're searching for in life. But then I heard about everybody's results, and then I knew, boy, I made a mistake. I have got to meet Guruji. And so I went to the next thing that he had, which was a retreat in Chicago. And that was when I had my first Trivedi Effect energy healing. Guruji is the discoverer and the founder of the Trivedi Effect. The Trivedi Effect is a way of raising your consciousness so that you can live your life to your highest potential. And I was really interested in that. I had been an educator, and I worked with a lot of students, and I just wanted them to do the best they could all the time, to be the highest, work at the highest potential that they could. Anyway, I went to Chicago, and I had my first energy transmission. And I had this, boy, you could call it a huge, profound experience, and you could call it very subtle all at the same time, because I just had this knowing that this was the right path for me. So I just started getting energy transmissions and just started learning as much as I could about the Trivedi Effect and being with Guruji whenever I could. Now I joined the Trivedi Healers when he started that, right at the inception of his business. When he started that whole program, I was right there at the very beginning. And now I have started my little business called Joy Blessings. I have been part of science experiments to validate the Joy Blessings, to validate all of the stuff that I'm doing. And it's just been the most exciting, vibrant work for me. And the fact that I get to help pets and people and children and people's homes and property is just very, very rewarding. You know, it's very difficult to describe. That's one of the reasons why you have a lot of different names. You have the Trivedi Effect, you have life force energy transmissions, you have biofield energy transmissions, because Guruji's been doing a lot of scientific research. He has over 4,000 studies. And when you work with other scientists, they're always trying to communicate, what is this that's actually happening? Maybe the simplest way is that Trivedi Effect harnesses the life force energy, the universal energy, and it transmits it to living and non-living things. When Guruji, or when I do it with Joy Blessings, we're just like a conduit. An analogy that Guruji gives us, which is such a great analogy, is that he's like the internet provider. The satellite is the life force, or the universal energy, and the computer is you, the recipient. And he's just a conduit. I'm just a conduit. Learning how to harness life force energy and learning how to transmit it is just part of the Trivedi Effect. And it's a very simple process. I want to share with you a story about the ripple effect and how it was so fun for me, this story. So I want to share it with you. I had a climbing rose that was on a trellis right beside my house. And every time I came in and out, I would look at that rose, and it was a beautiful salmon color. And it was just one of those things that every time I came in and out, I was just so happy to see it. And it bloomed all summer long, and it bloomed all fall, and it kept blooming. And I kept admiring it and telling it how beautiful it was. And then winter came and we had snow, we had sleet, and this rose kept blooming, and I kept thinking, when's this gonna die? And I would have this trellis, and it had snow and ice on it with these 2 or 3 little gorgeous salmon-colored roses just blooming. And it bloomed all the way until after Christmas. And I was like thinking, this is a miracle. But that is an example of the ripple effect. The ripple effect is what this energy does for you and your environment and the people that you care about and are close to you. The ripple effect, another example is maybe your son or your daughter might be accepted to the university of their choice, or your spouse might have get a promotion at work. Some people have reported that their relationships with their colleagues, their friends, their family just start flourishing. Other people say, oh my gosh, I just feel so expanded. I just feel like I have so much compassion and harmony for just life as a whole. Those are just examples of the ripple effect. When you receive an energy transmission, everybody's different. Everybody's unique. Everybody responds in their own way, and they respond in their own time. Nothing is the same. I mean, you can't just say, oh, everybody's going to have this, everybody's going to have that, because that's not the way it works. This energy is intelligent, and it knows your unique needs. Guruji says this energy knows your path. This energy knows exactly what you need for your requirements for happiness. So when you get an energy transmission, some people have reported that they experience tingling. Other people report they're cold. Some people have an immense emotional release and they cry. Some people see a white aura or blue light. Some people just experience deep inner peace. For me, I didn't experience any of that, except that I had that with that first energy transmission. I had that feeling of knowingness that this was right. This was just right. But I don't have those emotional or physical sensations that some people have. But that doesn't mean the energy's not working. That doesn't mean that the energy is not connecting you to the God of your understanding. The thing that's important is it's about transformation. It's a process. It's not an event. And you need to remember to look for the outcome. So after you have your energy transmission, over the next 3 or 4 days or week or 2 weeks, look and see. Really assess yourself and see what has happened. It could be that, and this is something that a lot of people experience right away, but it could be you just have some simple physical changes, like your hair and nails start to grow really fast, or your complexion just seems to glow, or your eyes sparkle. So many people say that their friends come up to them and say, gosh, you look great. What's happened to you? That's what happens. That's one of the results of the Trivedi effect. Just a simple little thing that lets you know that this energy is working. There's no such thing as too many energy transmissions. If you have multiple energy transmissions, you're going to transform at a faster rate. It's kind of like doing exercise for someone who's wanting to lose weight or just tone their muscles. The more you have, the faster you transform. In my Joy Blessings program, I have a daily program, so you could get transmissions every single day if you want, or you could get them 8 times a month. So there's options, but the more you get, the faster you transform. I wouldn't call a healing crisis an adverse effect, although it might feel like it at the time that you're having it. When people raise their level of consciousness, when they move from one level to another, it takes a little bit of time to adjust to that new way of living. It's a lot like when you're in a dark, dark room and somebody comes in and turns a light on and it just takes a little bit of time for your eyes to adjust? Well, that's what happens when you start living your life at a higher level of consciousness. This adjustment period is called a healing crisis, and it slowly goes away over a period of time. It's not something you have to worry about, but it is a sign that the energy is working. After I had a few energy transmissions, my very first few energy transmissions from Guruji, I had the hives. And I had never had the hives before, so I thought, oh my gosh, what's this? But, I had them twice, and then that was it. I never had them again. The process of transformation is just that. It's a process. It's step by step. Things happen over time, but healings occur naturally as part of that process. So, in some ways, the Trivedi Effect is not about healing. It's not the main purpose. The main purpose is transformation, raising your level of consciousness, connecting you to the God of your understanding. That's really what's happening. And because the energy is intelligent, it knows exactly what you need. And so as you move from one level of consciousness to another, then this healing happens. And sometimes it comes out like flu-like symptoms. We always know when we detoxing, we have flu-like symptoms. When our digestion is detoxing, we get the hives. I mean, these are just kind of things that happen during the process of transformation. Are you ready to make a positive change in your life? Visit my website, joyblessings.com.